There's a massive problem in society that goes almost entirely overlooked. That being the unspoken tax that comes with having ADHD. But dude, ADHD isn't even real. You just need to We don't need any more of that. Hey, what's up? I'm Yikes, and I meant it when I said that this issue is rather overlooked. I would know, considering that just like other massive creators on this site, I too have ADHD. Now, for anyone that doesn't have ADHD, it's not the... Is that a butterfly? Sorry, my ADHD hit me. But as I was saying, it's not the stereotypical losing your attention span every 6 seconds. So, what is ADHD? Well, in its simplest form, it is a dopamine regulation issue. Wait. What's dopamine? Dopamine is a type of neurotransmitter that's released when doing things that give you pleasure. No, not necessarily that type of pleasure. I mean, simple things like hanging out with friends, seeing a movie, or eating your favorite food also release dopamine. However, folks with ADHD are believed to have a higher concentration of dopamine transporters in the brain, which actually remove dopamine from brain cells. This means that some areas of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for attention and executive function, have irregular, often low dopamine levels, which leads to folks seeking dopamine via getting distracted, procrastinating, or impulsive behaviors, and in this video's case, impulsive spending. And that's just the tip of the extra expenses iceberg. Oftentimes, it's something that I would consider impulsive saving, where you sign up for a free trial to get whatever dopamine hit you're after, and then you completely forget to cancel it. So you end up being subscribed to something that you don't need, and every time you get charged, you think, oh, I really gotta cancel that. I'm gonna do that today.
That's a lot.
And this isn't some situation of placebo or giving people with ADHD an out. Recent studies have suggested that kids and adults with ADHD have weak alpha wave modulation during the encoding and retrieval stages of memory. Now, if you're a normal person, those words probably mean nothing to you, but that essentially just means that when an ADHD person is creating or recalling memories, the brain isn't filtering out all the random external stimuli like noises or lights, making them significantly less active than other people's. It's kind of like trying to record an interview inside of a packed Chuck E. Cheese. Imagine trying to listen back to that. On top of this, since people with ADHD are constantly seeking dopamine, they'll tune out mindless things like setting down keys because they're thinking about something else, so you aren't present enough to properly form memories and are more likely to just not have a memory of putting down your keys and have no idea where they are. That's exactly why my keys stay in a certain pocket in my bag, and I just pull it out, use it, put it right back, that way I don't have to worry about it. So just through the memory aspect alone, people with ADHD end up buying replacement items, paying for subscriptions that they don't need, and even buying things that they already have but just completely forgot about. And then when paired with impulsive spending, we've arrived at the... Now, obviously, ADHD-specific expenses like meds could be counted as an ADHD tax, but really I'm more focused on invisible expenses and dopamine-filled purchases. But yikes, how can buying something give you dopamine? Oh, you sweet summer child, welcome to the wonderful world of hyperfixations. On verywellmind.com, Dr. Jacqueline Halpern says that, quote, during a period of hyperfixation, a person throws themselves fully into their special interest, often to the point that it feels like everything else disappears. Now, this may sound great, and in many ways it is, but these hyperfixations are A, not chosen, and B, cause me to forget to do a lot of day-to-day things like eating or texting people back. My bad, guys. I was sorting my Red Bulls by serial number. Let me know down in the comments below what your last hyperfixation was. I'd love suggestions for rabbit holes to go down at 3 a.m. Oh, and these hyperfixations can be really expensive. Like when that 2-week Pokemon Go phase comes back and I just need egg incubators. And that right there is a massive part of the problem. Just how easy things are to buy now. You no longer need to go to the store and wait in line, getting time to rethink your decision. No, you can just go on Amazon, click buy now, and get the item shipped to you the next day for the low price of all your personal information. But luckily, ADHD is studied more and more every single day, and there are several specialized tips for living with it. And so to help any ADHD ding-dongs watching, I'm gonna give you 4 things that you can implement today to make this tax a little bit lower. This is primarily for late night online shopping, but it can be applied to any purchase you make. For this one, you basically just do what the name says. You wait until the next day to buy it. This may not seem like it'll actually do much, except of course rob you of that sweet next day delivery, but it really does help me reflect on if I really need it or not. And I know there may be a limited time offer, but if you didn't have it in mind when it was 10% more expensive, you probably don't need it. And odds are, you'll forget about it by the time you wake up. But if not, you at least got a little bit of extra time to think on it further and reevaluate how valuable it would be for you. Even if it's something that you feel like you absolutely need right now in this moment, just simply taking a step back does wonders for your sense of self-control. Free trials with auto-renewal subscriptions are our enemy. Now, one thing I've found can be helpful is putting a small reminder on my calendar for the day before the free trial ends to cancel it, but for no reason I can articulate, when that time comes, it is one of the most dreadful things I could possibly do, and I'll just do it later. The real way to help this is to change the payment settings immediately after setting up the free trial. Some subscriptions have a setting for automatic payment renewal that you can just turn off, and if you see that, please do that. But if not, then just change your payment settings and either delete the card or add like a PayPal card or a prepaid card of some sort with no balance on it so that it can't actually charge you. Or, you know, you just don't need the free trial. Don't even do it. Just don't even do it. Put the phone down. Don't do it. Put it down. Don't use the same card for shopping that you use for your bills. We ADHD ding-dongs are really bad at keeping mental note of how much money we have. So for extremely important bills like rent, phone, and your membership to the YikesMC channel, which you can get for the low price of 99 cents or $5, and you get the perks on screen depending on how much you pay. And your name will be featured at the end of my videos. Oh, and if you want to see the ADHD workflow that went into making this video, all my behind the scenes videos are available to members. Please join so I can justify putting those videos together. Thank you so much for your consideration. Now, back to the video. You should, whoa, that was weird. It feels like time just froze for a second. That was crazy. Where were we? For important bills, open a separate bank account or use a PayPal/Cash App type card, which you send the money for bills to the second you get paid, and then set up autopay, leave the debit card at home, and don't even worry about it. This also helps because you don't need to do the math of how much you can spend, since you know that your bills are taken care of, since you added a percentage to your savings, hopefully. You know that your checking is pretty much what you can spend on what you want, as long as you make sure you get groceries. Speaking of groceries, do the things you don't want to do. Whether you want to admit it or not, having a grocery list actually helps a shit ton. I actually use Instacart to create my lists, and then I look back on it a few times before going into the store just to see if I really need the things I added, and then, after I go and shop, I just delete my cart. Simple as that. This way, you're immune to the impulse aisles, which were specifically set up to target ADHD people. And you also get to know what's in stock, so you don't have to make surprise changes at the grocery store. To wrap everything up and put a nice little bow on it, living with ADHD is really expensive. But the fact that you watched up until this point means you are either terrified of me using my laser eyes on you, or you truly want to take control of your spending habits, which is the hardest step to take. The tips I went over in this video are things I found to be helpful, but the list of ways to reduce the ADHD tax is massive. And so, if you have any suggestions or methods that work for you, please share them in the comments, and if you don't, check the comments to see if any of those could be implemented into your life. Thank you so much for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.